This is Lara Henares making your day with Michael L. Tan's article entitled Filipino Families. And we quote, "There was a conference at the University of the Philippines, Diliman, on Tuesday and Wednesday to celebrate the 12th Philippine-Spanish Friendship Day, an annual event where scholars presented papers looking back at the Spanish colonial period in the Philippines. One of the panels was devoted to family and society, with 3 papers that can help us understand the complicated configurations of Filipino families today. This year's conference had the theme Explorations and Transformations, Creating Texts, Shaping Identities, which focused on the contacts and encounters we had during the Spanish colonial period, were marked with transformations, even resistance and subversion. The tensions were certainly to be found in the way Spain tried to reshape our family life. Dowry, bride, service. Olivia Ann Habana of Ateneo de Manila University focused on the nature of marriages at the time of contact with Spain, reconstructed through the writings of early Spanish missionaries. These descriptions were often expressions of dismay because our practices were so different from Spain's idealized marriage. We had divorce and remarriage, which could be done fairly easily. Dowry systems or transfer of goods from the prospective groom's family to the bride's were varied, with different names such as bigay kaya. Another term, suhol, elicited chuckles from the audience because the term is still used today to mean giving or exacting payments to the fullest. Other term used was bigay suso. Bigay suso, emphasizing how the groom's family had to compensate for the mother of the prospective bride, breast milk becoming a potent symbol of the difficult tasks of a mother raising a daughter. More about this after these messages. This is Lara Henares making your day with the first part of Michael L. Tan's article entitled Filipino Families. And we continue to quote. Maria Svetlana Camacho of the University of Asia and the Pacific, that's the university handled by the Opus Dei, had a paper aptly entitled Fashioning Marriage in the Colonial Order, describing how Spain tried to impose a Catholic canonical model of marriage which has just been promulgated during the Council of Trent, which 1545 to 1563. The Spaniards were not comfortable with dowry because once the transfer of goods had been made, or once the boy began bride service, paninilbi, or working for the prospective bride's family, he could begin living in the girl's house. I'm using the terms boy and girl because under Spain, males could get married at the age of 14 and females at 12. There was concern also with the practice of betrothal, desposorios, where a couple would be committed to each other but not formally married. The Spaniards' intentions were noble, their concern being over the extent of freedom the prospective bride and groom had. For example, what would happen if a boy gave the dowry and the bride service and the girl's family decided not to push through with the marriage? Conversely, after a man paid the dowry and began to live with the bride-to-be, what would prevent him from backing out from the marriage? Spaniards introduced measures like palabra de casamiento, a kind of word of honor that a marriage would push through. They were also concerned about women being forced into marriage. Arranged marriages were common. In fact, they persist even in our 21st century, except that it is harder now to force people to get married. During the Spanish colonial period, a girl or woman being coerced into marriage did have an option, and this was to seek refuge in a beaterio, a religious house similar to a convent. More tomorrow, my dear friends. This is Larry Henares making your day, saying good day, God bless you. Thank you very much for being with us. Till next time, hasta la bye-bye.